Hello, League. Welcome to the Week 3 Power Rankings and Preview. Now, I know many of you are asking me, Steve, where's the video? We need the video. Commissioner, where are you? You are MIA. Well, I'm here to deliver what will be considered a very controversial take, what will be considered upsetting to some of you. You know who you are. Some of you who are asking for this video will not like my Power Rankings, my preview. But without further ado, I'm here to do the job I'm called on to do, which is give you very important power rankings and previews. So, to begin, I am 3-7 on the year. Not great. Probably what the Jets' record will be in about 8 weeks. If I pick you to win, I'm sorry. And what better way to start off with a matchup that I am saying is one of my favorite matchups of the year. We have Gaz versus Tui. Now, many are calling this the year of Gaz. I'm calling it the year of Gaz. I think Gaz has broken the curse. I think things are looking up for Gaz, and they're looking so up that I'm going to pick him to win this week. I'm sorry, Tui. Actually, I'm happy for you, Tui, because whenever I pick you, you lose, and whenever I pick against you, you win. It's going to be a good matchup. You got Lamar on Monday Night Football. You got Dak versus the inept Chicago Bears defense. Tui is a very balanced team. I like how his team is put together. And Gaz is in running back hell. He's going to start the wrong guy. He's not even starting his 4th-round pick, R.J. Harvey. It's Tyler Algier time. I'm picking Gaz, though, because it's the year of Gaz. And if not now, a time to believe when. So, Christopher, I have you moving to 3-0, and I have Tui falling to 1-2. Next, we have Luke versus Dylan. Now, Luke was hit with his first stroke of bad luck, some may say the curse. With Tucker Kraft Cheese going down with a knee injury. Now, we don't know how long he's going to be out, how bad of an injury it was. But in this matchup, I am going to pick Dylan to win. I'm just not betting on Drake May to do it again. I think Kraft has been Luke's X factor, and I think Dylan is a very balanced team, as does Luke. I think it's actually really the matchup of the week. But for right now, Yahoo's picking Dylan. I'm also picking Dylan. I think he has a better chance to win this week. Not considering what happened last night. I understand it. I should have done this last night. My apologies. But the DMV calls. So I will go with my initial gut. All these picks were made before the game last night, including my play, which was the Dolphins plus 11.5, naturally. But be that as it may, I have Dylan defeating Luke. Next, we have Richie versus Kyle. Now, this is a big boy matchup, as they say. Kyle is in what I will call Brian Thomas Jr. running back hell. He will start the wrong running back this week. That is a guarantee. Brian Thomas Jr. is just a little bit lost. But with that being said, Kyle is also starting Baltimore defense versus Detroit, which I find interesting. Richie, another man in running back hell, starting Ken Walker this week. I'm expecting a huge week out of Zachary Charbonnet. And Jalen Hurts has just simply been fine. Underwhelming, not fun to watch, I would say. Richie probably is happy he has Hurts at this moment because Mr. Jaden Daniels is out. I didn't even mention that in Tui's matchup. But he has Dak going in Chicago, which might be better. This is another close matchup between Rich and Kyle. Yahoo leans Rich. I also lean Rich, but this one can go either way. If one of the guys who's been stuck in the mud for each of these teams comes out, that's who's going to win this matchup. So, looking forward to it. It should be a great, great game. And I have Richie advancing to 2-1. Next, we have the Battle of Pearl River. This is one of the two big battles of the year, the Battle of Pearl River and the Battle of Hoboken. Battle of Pearl River, Stokes versus Gorman. Yahoo has Gorman winning. Look, I keep saying to Stokes I'm not going to pick his team because he's got Justin Herbert, and that does still remain true. But I am actually picking Tom's team because I think Patrick Mahomes on Sunday Night Football has an axe to grind. And what better defense to grind an axe against than the New York Giants secondary, with all due respect. The Giants have a great defensive line. They have a horrible secondary. I think they're going to get picked apart. I think Mahomes is out for revenge. I think he knows he's on a national stage. I think he knows he's in New York. It's going to be a coming out party for Mahomes. And I just would not like to be playing him in fantasy. So that's a rude double dip there for Stokes, watching his fantasy team and his regular team get spanked on national television. But he's seen it before, so hopefully the Mets can I wouldn't count on it, but hopefully the Mets can make Matthews' weekend a little bit better. And last but not least, the matchup to determine who is 0-3. Now, it's crazy to say this. It's technically summer for about 2 more days, One of these two teams could have their season ruined in the summer of fantasy sports. Now, you would say, Steve, Chris usually ruins his team in the summer with his draft. True. But in this situation, this is a real 0-3. This is not a dreamt up 0-3. This is real. This is the biggest game of the year by far to this point. And the season is not technically over, but find me the teams that have made the playoffs starting 0-3. They're hard to find. Yahoo has Andy winning. I have Russell winning. I'm not touching the curse, man. The curse is real. You can't do anything about it because it's something that comes from a different realm, and this is a different realm. So should have just took Puka. That's all I'll say. I have Russell defeating Andy. So my winners this week: Gaz over Tui, Dylan over Luke, Rich over Kyle, Gorman over Stokes in the Battle of Pro River, and Russell over Andy in the matchup of whose season will be over in the summer. Next, the power rankings. Now, this was a challenging week. You have a lot of teams who are average. You have a couple teams who are 2-0. And you have a couple teams who are 0-2. The man in 12th should surprise nobody. That is Andy Unchained. Now listen. Andy's cursed right now, and he has the fewest points, and he's on the verge of having his season collapse. So 0-2. How his team's performed, 12th. In 11th, the man he's playing this week, Mike Russell. Now, Russell will be the first to tell you the team has not performed to expectations so far. It's pretty much Saquon Barkley and a bunch of Jags. But I have no other choice but to put Russell at 11. Former two-time champion. You know how I feel about that. But he's at 11. At number 10, I have Mr. Stokes. Now, Stokes, also someone who would like to get off the schneid this week. I think that Matthew's team is potentially going to be good enough to pull out the victory this week. I sided with Gorman. I know Matthew's 0-2, but he's in it. He's going to be in this matchup. He needs it. He does not want to be 0-3 in Andyland. Nobody wants to be in Andyland. In 9th, I have myself. I put up 56 points this week. Embarrassing. Not much else to say. Embarrassed by my performance. Football didn't happen last week as far as I'm concerned. In 8th, I have Tom Gorman, which he's just here right now as a precaution. I think Tom will go up the rankings as he usually does and finish top 3 and probably get a win this week, et cetera, et cetera. What else is new? But I have Tom Gorman at number 8. At number 7, I have Kyle. Kyle had the yin and the yang of the 2 weeks. He had the worst points, the fewest points, and then he had a very nice week. Kyle has a problem of starting the wrong running back. It'll probably happen again. For that reason, I have Kyle at 7. At 6, I have Rich, who is proving everybody wrong, is showing that Tyler Warren may have been the right pick, is showing that he put up about 100 points last week and lost. It's been a good start for Rich. Emeka Ibuka's been a huge, huge problem solver. And if he's able to continue to get that kind of production out of his wide receiver 3, he's going to be in a good spot. So, and especially if Ken Walker's the real deal. So I have Rich at 6. I have Mr. Tui at 5. Now, Tui is 1-1, but we know Tui's got a very balanced team. Even with Jaden Daniels out, he's not going to miss a beat probably with Dak. I mean, Richie's going to trade for Jaden Daniels. We all know it. It's just a matter of when. And Tui's going to be happy to oblige because Dak Prescott is John Tui's quarterback. So, Tui at number 5. At 4, I have Pat McCann, who took a hard luck loss, put up 110 points and lost. Listen, Pat, you're in store for a good week because you're playing me. So congratulations on that. I have you at number 4. At 3, I have Dylan's team. Dylan's 2-0. Dylan has a chance to get to 3-0. I think Dylan has a very balanced team. Is his quarterback going to be enough to carry him? I'm going to repeat that every week. To be determined. But if Bo Nix is a top 10 quarterback, he's probably got a top 3 or 4 team in this league. So he's at number 3. At number 2, I have Christopher Michael. This is maybe the highest he's ever been ranked. I'm very happy to rank you here, Gaz. I'm happy to rank you here. And number 1 next week, too. I can't believe it's the year of Gaz. You've done it. You are deserving of the spot. I think your team has fought off some valiant efforts to come back against you, and you've found a way to win. Congratulations on your victory and your start to the season, Christopher. I am just as amazed as you are. And number 1, I have Luke Bonomo. Luke has the most points. Luke's 2-0. It's hard for me to find anybody who should be ranked higher than Luke in the power rankings, to be honest with you. So Luke has 218 points. I mean, that is a real number. And I'm excited to see where this week lands. It's going to be a fun week. I have faith in you, Christopher. I think there's a chance that you could even be 3-0. Can you believe that? 3-0. You're basically in the playoffs. Good luck, everybody. My pick of the week, Titans, +4.